Spurge here, and in this video we're going to break down the new Klim Switchback Cargo Pants. So the previous generation has become a favorite in Klim's lineup. This is going to have some key redesign features, and we're going to see a slight price increase as well. This is going to go from around the $250 price point up to around the $300 price point. Now, if you've never seen the Klim cargo pants before, you should check out some of the videos that Zach Quartz is in, because the switchbacks are a favorite go-to for my podcast associate. And this is going to be a redesign which incorporates a bit more comfort and a little bit more lightweight stretch into the overall design. One of the critiques of the previous version was a little bit around the style, kind of looked like a duck hunting kind of pair of pants. But the other part of it too was it was big and beefy, and this is kind of putting a little bit of lightweight in. Now, I think that could potentially be a bit divisive. I think the people that were looking at the switchback cargo pants really like the thicker, kind of a Carhartt-esque feel to them. This is going to be redesigned where you're still going to have that thicker Cordura canvas, but you're also going to now have a new poly stretch throughout the main pieces of the chassis to add a bit more flex for using this on a motorcycle. So from a sizing standpoint, let's start there. Sizes will range from a 30 up to a size 40 with a 32 or a 34 length option. They fit exactly as you would expect a pair of your jeans to fit. Mr. McHugh on my left-hand side wears his jeans in a 34-32. He is currently wearing the 34-32 in the new switchbacks, and it fits him perfectly. So really no concerns when you're choosing sizing. Go with what you wear your favorite pair of jeans in, and you really shouldn't have an issue. Now, as we work our way through the chassis, the main thing you'll note, especially if you're somebody that's used the previous version, is the previous version had Cordura canvas throughout the entire pair of pants with an extra layer of Cordura canvas that kind of changed the tint. And again, that's where it kind of looked like something out of a Cabela's ad. What we're seeing here is a bit more of that poly stretch, or a completely redesigned poly stretch rather, in the non-impact zones. Throughout the main front of the pant, down into the crotch, and then at the back, once we have Mr. McHugh turn around, you'll see that shift. You'll have a few extra little redesigns that you're going to notice here. For the most part, the pockets have stayed the same on the front. You are getting a new armor, however. So the other real big upgrade that you're going to see with this that is separate from just the chassis change, and this is something that we've seen with a couple different pieces from different manufacturers, is Klim is now going to the D3O Ghost armor. So the previous version of this used the old LP1 D3O. This is a much lighter, sleeker design while still giving you CE level protection. And frankly, I think this is going to be a big win for a lot of people looking at these pants, because if you're looking at these pants, you want something that's casual. You want something that doesn't scream, I'm wearing riding pants. So you're now getting CE level protection, but out of a thin, almost non-noticeable armor. And this is going to be included in the hips as well as the knee. And then you'll notice that to adjust this on the knees, actually I'll just toss that aside, I'm done with it. When you open this up, you can actually see that it's in here, and then there's Velcro. You can adjust the knee armor so it fits where you want, and that's adjustable from the outside. So you don't have to worry about taking the pants off and turning them inside out and trying to get them right, putting them on, trying them again. You can fine tune the armor exactly where it sits. When you're standing, it should be right at or slightly below the knee, and then when you're sitting on the motorcycle, it should be over top of your kneecap. McHugh, I'm gonna have you do me a favor. I'm gonna have you turn sideways for me. So some of the other style changes, you do have a little additional utility knife pocket over on the right-hand side. So if you're looking for a place to put your pocket knife where it won't fall out, you're gonna have that over here. And then you are still getting just vents, zippered vents on the side. So if you're riding this on a hotter day, you have the zipper vents over on the right-hand side on this. You can see that Cordura canvas still carries through to the seat on the pants. So this is, again, where you want that extra protection in your impact zones, but then that poly stretch is at the back of the thigh where you want a little bit of comfort. I like the fact that the poly goes up into the back of the knee, so you don't have any kind of bulk at the back of the knee that sometimes causes discomfort while you're riding. So a much more comfortable pant overall. And then you can see down at the bottom, you do have a zip entry with 3 different snaps to fine tune exactly how you want the pants to sit over top of the riding boots that you're wearing. McHugh, backwards for me. Taking a look at the back, You are going to have asymmetry coming into play. The pocket on the right-hand side is zippered. The pocket on the left-hand side is not zippered. That's a carryover from the previous version. What's a little bit different is there's a bit more of an angle to the pockets, as you see here. And then you'll also notice you're going to have reinforced belt loops with a little bit of an angle to them in the middle. I like the fact that we have Klim giving us the 2 belt loops right in the middle. Oftentimes with riding jeans, we'll see manufacturers just put 1 belt loop in the middle. And if you are in a little bit more of an upright or a tucked position, it just puts a lot of pressure on that 1 belt loop. So the extra belt loop just helps to disperse that pressure a little bit. Just taking a look down the back of the pant, again, you can clearly see where you have the Cordura canvas versus that stretch poly at the back of the leg, and really where that kind of breaks down. I like the fact that they actually went back to the Cordura canvas around the base of the pant, especially in an area where it tends to wear out a little bit more, depending on the boots that you're riding this with. So extra reinforcement at the back and then around the very base of the pant. McHugh, you may face forward for me. So an upgrade slash update, depending on how you're looking at it over the previous version. I like the stretch. I like the fact that it's a bit more lightweight. It's more comfortable to use on the motorcycle. And I really like the fact that they went to the Ghost D30 armor. It really cuts down the bulk that is traditionally found with some of that older D30 CE level armor. So you're now going to also have a pant that, as a whole, it's CE AA rated. So if you're trying to figure out where this falls in the line, maintaining all the protection you'd expect from Klim, and you're now getting that CE AA rating. The only critique I could have is if you are looking at this as a fan of the previous version and you like that full Cordura canvas design because you felt that the pants were beefier in their construction and it reminded you of something that you would find, like I said, at Cabela's. This is a bit of a redesign from that. So the pants are going to feel a little bit lighter, but for motorcyclists out there, I think that's a win, especially with the stretch and the flexibility you're getting here. But don't just take my word for it. There's plenty of folks out there using the Klim switchbacks, and you can read what they have to say by clicking the info button on your desktop or mobile device. You can read other rider reviews, folks that are out there putting the Klim switchback through their paces. And if you're not sure which riding pants or riding jeans are right for you, your riding style, you can always reach out to one of our customer service representatives and they can walk you through all the different riding pants available to make sure you find the right pants to match your ride as well as your budget. I want to thank you for joining us today as we take a look at the Klim Switchback Cargo Riding Pants. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.